2 of the first 7 days after the New Orleans jailbreak. I'm Devin Bartolotta with WWL Louisiana. Go watch part 1 if you have not to get caught up, because we are starting with day 4. That is Monday after the escape. No inmates were captured over the weekend, but we learned 5 of the 7 still on the loose had murder or attempted murder charges or even convictions on the books. 2 of them had escaped from custody previously. Other headlines, and there were a lot. State Representative Amy Addabbo-Friedman called for Sheriff Hudson to resign. DA Jason Williams defended his job performance after shade from the governor and shifted blame to the sheriff's office while also saying some of his prosecutors had to go into hiding because of this. Hudson and Attorney General Liz Murrill were called to an emergency meeting with a federal judge about the consent decree. Some of the victims of the escaped inmates told us they were never officially notified about the escape. And in Baton Rouge, a new bill was filed to require notification about escapes at adult jails. Then that evening, escapee Gary Price was taken into custody in New Orleans East and put on a helicopter to a maximum security facility. 4 days in, 6 inmates still missing. Day 5, Tuesday, there were 4 in custody, and news came out that a maintenance worker at the jail, Sterling Williams, had been arrested for allegedly helping the escapees get out. A source says he admitted to turning off water to the cell where the toilet was removed, but his attorney said he was just doing his job.
He was used as a tool by the escapees and is being used as a fall guy by Sheriff Hudson.
City Council's Criminal Justice Committee met with Sheriff Susan Hudson for about 3 hours, and it got heated. She blamed City Council for failing to give the jail facilities more money, and Council pushed back, saying she hasn't been transparent about the money the department has received. Later, Hudson announced she was temporarily suspending her re-election campaign. That evening, we saw a huge police presence in Slidell, and a few hours later, one in the Iberville neighborhood of New Orleans. And that is where police found 19-year-old escapee Corey Boyd in his grandmother's apartment. On day 6, we learned about that scene in Slidell. It had ties to one of these 2 women who authorities say helped several inmates by giving them food and driving them around. Also Wednesday, we received new video of inmates walking in the CBD after the jailbreak. AG Murrill and DA Williams toured the jail and got a look at its security problems. And Governor Landry signed an executive order directing multiple agencies to put the New Orleans justice system under a microscope. Only 5 inmates were back in custody as of Wednesday, and none of them had traveled more than 10 miles from the jail. Day 7, Thursday, another woman from Slidell was arrested for allegedly helping an inmate still on the loose by giving him money. We also learned the DA's office had to step in and call the crime lab to process the scene of the escape at the jail almost a week later. And now that we've hit the week mark, the list of investigations, probes, and players just keeps on growing. Our whole staff has been covering this all week long, and we will continue to do so. You can find all of our reporting on WWLTV.com and on the WWL Plus app on your TV.